We good? We're close, ain't we? Let's see here. Yeah, a little bit closer. I don't know how the sound is on this stuff. Maybe I can do a voiceover or something if I have to, but we'll see. Anyways, all set. So, all right. It's almost Friday, but not yet. So, I'm gonna make a quick video. It's about the most powerful tools that you've learned through your beekeeping career. So here, I have a few that I really depend on a lot, and I do give them all credit for like the success that I have. Not that I'm a big time successful beekeeper or anything. I mean, I just keep an average of 10 to 15 hives a year, and like right now I'm at 12, and that's what I plan on going into winter with. And so, but there's some tools that in manipulations I consider a manipulation a tool. Okay, um, there's that kind of stuff that I consider tools in the beekeeper's toolbox, and I'm gonna go over some of them with you. Uh, I'm not gonna get into great description on each one, but I will give the what it is, and then just some slight details. So, and there's let's see, we got about one, two, three. Yeah, there's five or six of them here. So, all right, and like the first one, some people might think of this as a powerful tool, maybe not, but the first one I like are queen excluders. Okay, some people they're not really into queen excluders and stuff for whatever reason. Uh, well, I know the reason. It's because bees have a hard time passing through them. But like the way I do beekeeping, they don't have as hard a time passing through a queen excluder. So, and man, when you can start using single deep brood chambers to work your beehives with, there's no comparison. If you have your swarming under control, you have single deep brood chambers. Shoot, that's like two of your biggest issues, really. Um, yeah, so if you have those two things under control, shoot, your beekeeping is so much easier. Yeah, I mean, so all right, so queen excluders, that's the one thing you can stay in single deep brood chambers. Plus, there's some other stuff you can do with them. You can sift through your hive to find the queen and stuff, and there's still a few other things too. So, and then okay, number two, powerful beekeeper's tool. Okay, this is a big one. This is the double screen board. Okay, there's a lot of stuff you can do with a double screen board. I'm sure most of you know what they're about. Um, Here, basically, it gives you a gap, an air gap between two screens so that the bees can't touch antenna or pass pheromone through that screen and everything. So that's my number two most powerful tool because you can do all kinds of stuff with them. Anything from splits to. Now, I haven't tried this yet, but I swear I'm going to be able to do a Demaree with it. So, and it's going to be like a very efficient, compact Demaree because of, instead of stacking two supers on top of each other, just use a double screen board to get that separation of brood chambers effect, So, so that's, the double screen board. You could do regular splits with them. There's a whole world of things you can do with them. You want that in your toolbox, and I don't think a lot of northern beekeepers really take advantage of them. It's mainly the southern guys, and probably a lot of treatment-free beekeepers. So that's number two, double screen board. Very powerful tool. Next one, okay. Here's another very powerful, not a tool, but it's a manipulation. So this is knowledge that you can keep in your toolbox. Okay, nothing needs, well, you don't really need to purchase much. I mean, queen excluders, but that's it. And that's going to be the Demaree, the method of swarm control, because there's a million things you can do with the Demaree. It's not just a method to control swarms. It is, you can boost the population of your beehive. You can do splits with them. You can make queen factories. You can on and on. I mean, a Demaree, you can make you could have a long conversation about Demarees. So that's the number one, two. That's number three most powerful tool. I love that one. It's that makes beekeeping so much easier because it truly does. It pretty much stops all swarming for a solid month, a good month, easily, even in the heaviest of nectar flows. So, all right, so that was number three. Number four, and some people like this, some people don't. It's small cell foundation. Man, that is another tool that it's one of the most powerful tools that beekeepers have to like help control swarming, to keep the population of your bees up, to keeping the health of the bees real good. Um, so small cell foundation, that's definitely that's up there on my list of most powerful beekeeper tools. So, and there's a million benefits to it. It's almost as good as the Demaree with all of the benefits it gives to a hive. And whether it's a natural cell size or not, it doesn't matter. Um, just for the fact that the bees can pass through queen excluder easier. I mean, now you can use a queen excluder without hesitation. They're gonna pass through. You'll get more. Okay. All right. So the next powerful tool, and this is more of a method. And like the thing is, it does make life easier on the beekeeper. Okay. It gives the beekeeper the ability to keep more hives. And that's going to be single brood chamber management. And if you have the queen excluders and you use the small cell foundation, that's those two go together perfectly. And then with the Demaree, see, you're probably starting to see what all I'm focusing on with my beekeeping. I'm all about high numbers. Well, okay, single brood chamber. Okay, and we'll talk about the other stuff here in a minute. And then another powerful tool that some people don't agree with, and I didn't used to agree with this, okay? But now that I've been beekeeping for a few years, mark in your queens. Here, that can be so informative to you. Um, Knowing, like what year you had a queen, how old she is and stuff, and to know if your hive swarmed and everything, it's so valuable to me now. Here, because I really do have a huge interest in knowing if I had a hive swarm, especially by doing the Damarees and everything. It's like, yeah, that queen's been there for 2 or 3 years. She hasn't swarmed yet. So that's my number six most powerful tool, marking the queen. And when you tie those six things together, just everything is focused on keeping your hive together, keeping the bee population numbers very high. Um, because usually, if you have high numbers in the bee population, then the health of your hive is going to be you're going to have a healthier hive that way. The more bees you have in a box, the healthier they'll be as long as they have the nectar coming in. Let's say that you go into a dearth, what's going to happen? The queen will cut back and she'll just stop laying. So they'll start eating through some of their honey, but still, the health of the hive is going to be at the highest echelon when the numbers are way up. So it almost doesn't matter what hits them then. You know, even with mites, like, okay, let's say, ooh, that's another one. OAV in December. Actually, I'm starting like yesterday. It's August, I think today's the 22nd. So, um, if you start OAV in one time a month right now until the 1st of December, okay, have a few screen bottom boards. You know what? I've already went through my top 6 list, so we better stick to that. But yeah, so my whole focus is just having very powerful, strong hives all the time. And you know, wintertime it's not as big a deal because the way that I do my mite treatments, I get the mites knocked down to almost zero. On my screen bottom boards, it is zero. I won't have a single phoretic mite in the hive. So that's a another very powerful tool that I have in my beekeeping. So all right. Well, if you all have a particular style or method that how you like to keep bees, put that in the comment section. Um, Whether you know if your focus is on maintaining a very strong population, like numbers of bees, or are you more focused on controlling the mites? Um, are there certain methods that you use to what mite control method do you like the best? What is your like? How do you like to get your bees going into winter? Because really, one thing I've noticed over the last year or two is the health of your bees going into spring. Man, they can start off so much sooner in the springtime, and it's like they have this huge jump start right at the beginning of the year as soon as the maples start blooming, and uh, and that's a whole nother thing. You get a little warm spell in February, get some maples blooming a little bit. What happens? The bees start bringing nectar in. Then what happens? Freaking moisture in the hive. Got to think about this stuff. People don't think about that. They think it's all bees aspirating. It ain't. A lot of it, if your hives make it through December, January, and then February, and then they get that first, you know, you get those first few warm spells in February, and then they die in March. It was the maples. So I know. But okay. Y'all have a good one. See you. Bye.